close was Darcy?
Not this week. I think he's getting closer. He's had a good body of work now, probably 3 weeks of solid training, and I'd be surprised if his name's not in conversation for next week.
You need to see, obviously you ruled out this week, but do you need to see more of him at a high speed? What's the component?
No, mostly a load thing now. He's obviously had some setbacks pre-Christmas, and he's got himself into a situation now where he's had 3 or 4 weeks of really good training in most of the match play, and now he's like I said, he's getting close.
Jeremy too?
Same. I think he might be post-bye potentially, which funny you say got a bye in round 2, but yeah, that might be his story. But he's another one pressing for opportunity.
Looks like you'll have at least 8 or 9 changes to that team that played in Ballarat last week. Did opening round last year influence how you've approached this one in terms of giving players a spell a week before coming into the game?
We had a plan going into the pre-season games that we try to expose as many players on our list for opportunities, and our list is useful in parts, and so that was the plan. And it turns out that we didn't have 10 of our best players, did you say? Yeah, I didn't count how many there were, but it was a nice list of names that didn't play. So we feel really comfortable in that. There's some great exposure for some that we go, oh, hang on a minute, this kid looks like he's got something to offer our fans and including ourselves. So I'm sure this season it's just like no other. It's going to be, or like many others, it's going to be a squad mentality. So we're going to need to call upon everyone.
Nick Dacos mentioned to us last week that a couple of the soft tissues might have been as a result of pushing guys really hard and finding new limits through the pre-season. Does that sound right, or can you shed any light on what the pre-season?
We've been like every team trying to better ourselves in physically and mentally and emotionally, and we've had a good body of work, and a lot of players have done a lot of work, and there will be no issues around fitness come Sunday afternoon, evening.
We worked out the components of the back six without Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore. Like it's look a bit strange.
Yeah, it's clearly you take Darcy out and Howie out. There's holes, but we'd like to think we've got a system that we've shown over a number of years that we'll play according to that, and we probably might look a little undersized at times, but again we've got a system that we think will support that.
Do coaches celebrate milestones?
Well, I tried to celebrate the other night. Life membership. I just really, I stand here, and you come from South Australia, Theo. I grew up in Adelaide, just loving the game, and here I am, a life member of the game. Like, wow, it's 30 years in footy. It's been so. I don't know. I don't take it for granted. I'm really grateful that I get to work in my hobby, and you guys keep me on my toes at times with things that happen outside of here, but. No, I don't lose sight of that. I'm really grateful, yeah.
It's your 100th year too.
100th year?
100th here, not 100th year. He's not that old.
Yeah, this is this will be my 100th game, but no, I celebrate coaches' milestones. But no, I don't take it for granted. I'm so grateful. This club's offered me so much, and we've had some crazy, awesome times in the last few years. Our fans have been on the journey with us, and hopefully there's many more to come.
Keeping on your toes, the President or CEO launched a defence for you the other day. Would you like to address that at all?
Well, I'd like to what, sorry?
Address that at all?
Oh no, I'm really grateful. There's a lot of things written that aren't true, and I've addressed that. And it's a crazy world we're in at times, and it's just become a little bit annoying. And it was nice to get on the front foot, and really nice to have support that people just know my values and morals. I'm really comfortable in my values and morals, and what people say about me, I can't control.
Why did you address the group? Why did it get to that stage? Is it because the season's starting, or?
No, because I hear things and I go, what's going on here? And I got to be really. This is factual. It was like 10 seconds of a 30-minute meeting. It was just addressing the world we're in. There's heroes and villains and wins and losses, and we're all caught up in that. And we played the game, and then which is kicks, marks, and handballs. Then this is the other game. And sometimes the other game tries to get involved in our kicks, marks and handballs, which we try to educate our players around, and maybe I was a living example of that.
Did you chase it any further, Craig, to understand why these rumours?
No, I think I've made enough comments, but again, my private life, we are very comfortable. My wife and I have never been happier, and what others write about us, we can never control that, as you can't. And am I disappointed? Yeah, but I'm not a victim. I'm here to do my job, and how good's had the footy back, eh? How good's that?
Any debutants this week?
No debutants. Some really close though. really close. Oscar and Joel Cochran showed some really good signs over the pre-season. Again, we might have gained a couple of magnets there we potentially didn't have close to the team through the pre-season.
You said a couple of weeks ago that he might be resting at full forward. Is that news to you, or can we expect that on Sunday?
No, I think we've shown that hand in the past, and we'd like to think Nick can play multiple roles. And when opposition try to do certain things, it's pretty hard to go all the way with you when you play those. And that's what we saw with Naz last game. That I think teams experiment with their best players playing and full forward. Yeah.
I was the man last week in terms of the personnel that you left out, fitness-wise or rest-wise. Just going in off the back of a loss, does that concern you at all, or is it just part of the experience in round one?
Oh, there's certain things that you want to just control, and I think momentum's important. But I heard Toby Green say it. I don't know whether it was this week or last. How relevant the practice games have become in his language, and it's interesting hearing the players' perspective of that. We don't ever say it's irrelevant. We went up to Ballarat actually talking about how important these games are, and for so many different reasons. We walked away really happy though. We left Ballarat excited for what was in front of us, and there's some momentum build through not winning. And sometimes when you don't win on the scoreboard, we felt like we had a lot of wins that day.
There was a report today, Craig, that Graham Wright approached you about the Carlton job. Are you able to shed any light on that?
Oh, that's not true. That's geez, I'm caught up in a lot of things at the moment, aren't I? No, look, I've got a contract here. That's just extended, thankfully enough, and my best mate works there. Like, no, it's no, that's not real. No, it doesn't make sense to me.
How close is Jack Buller?
Jack will play his first game. So we ever do a club debutant. Yeah, he's not his first game. So yeah, Jack will play his first game for the club, which is always exciting. You get a new recruit, and he's going to offer some real competitive nature for our fans. And I'm sure we've seen little samples of that.
So with no more Mason, no more Brody, just the new look sort of forward line. Jack's obviously going to be a big part of that.
Yeah, and he gets recruited for a reason, and he competes hard. I don't think we've had a 200 centimetre guy, or we've had 211 centimetre, but genuine forward for us. He's a competitive guy and well liked already. Yeah.
How can you prepare for the Saints in terms of they add so many players to their squad in the off season, their weight of expectation in them, and the documentary, they're in the spotlight enormously now. How do you brace for a club that probably needs to hit the ground running? You haven't seen much of them.
Well, they've Christmas Day for them. They've got a lot of new toys, haven't they? So that's their story, and I think there's an expectation rises, doesn't it, for all of us? And there's 5-6 new players. I think they want to be coming and put on a bit of a show for them. We just got to be ready for what that is. We're well aware that Ross will have some tricks up his sleeve to create some form of strategy against us and for them. But I'm just rapt to be part of this game. It's an away game at the MCG. We love those ones, and any club out there want to keep making their away games in the MCG, we're ready for you.
Travel as a group.
We'll park here, I think. Yeah.
You might have answered this already, but there was a suggestion that Wanganeen Miller is surpassed Dacos, or is the new Dacos. Do we get to see an answer on that on Sunday, or do you have a view on that?
Oh no, we love our own. I'm sure that we love ours more than others love them, and Naz is an incredible player. Wow, what an exciting player, and you can build a whole club around him. So great respect for what he's doing, and I don't like comparison. I actually say to our players all the time, comparison's evil, because you can never live up to someone else and just be the best version of you. And Nick's a pretty good version of himself.
Can you put him head to head?
Last question.
Beg your pardon?
Can you put him head to head?
Well, that'd be pretty nice to see, wouldn't it?
Remember when
I got a feeling that
Walsh and was it Ross? They put Fife and Dangerfield
Yeah.
head to head.
Yeah, I don't reckon Russell would allow that. I think he might have some plans for Nick.